Lake Natron, located in Tanzania's Great Rift Valley, is one of the most striking yet perilous natural wonders on Earth, stretching approximately 57 kilometers long and 22 kilometers wide. This lake, surrounded by the arid landscape of northern Tanzania, presents a scene that is both beautiful and eerie to the untrained eye. It might seem like an inviting oasis in an otherwise desolate environment. The water's surface is often so still that it mirrors the sky perfectly, creating an almost surreal visual effect. However, this tranquility is deceiving. Beneath its placid exterior, Lake Natron harbors an environment so hostile that it has earned a reputation as one of the most dangerous bodies of water in the world. The danger of Lake Natron lies primarily in its extreme alkalinity. And like most lakes, which are either neutral or slightly acidic, Lake Natron has a pH level ranging between 9 and 10.5. This makes its water as caustic as household ammonia or bleach. The lake's high pH is the result of the sodium carbonate and other minerals that flow into it from the surrounding landscape, particularly from the volcanic ash that washes down from nearby mountains. Over millennia, these minerals have accumulated in the lake, transforming it into a highly alkaline environment. The water's alkalinity is further exacerbated by the lake's position in a basin with no outlet, meaning that all the minerals that flow into it stay there, becoming more concentrated over time as water evaporates under the intense African sun. If you were to stand at the edge of Lake Natron and gaze out over its deceptively serene waters, you might be tempted to wade in, especially on a scorching day. But the moment you stepped into the lake, you would realize just how treacherous it truly is. The first sensation you'd likely experience is the heat. Lake Natron's water temperatures can reach up to 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit in some areas. This alone is enough to deter most would-be swimmers. The sensation would be like stepping into a scalding bath, the heat almost immediately overwhelming your body's ability to cope. However, the temperature is only the beginning. As you stand in the water, you would quickly notice an intense burning sensation on your skin. This is the effect of the lake's alkaline waters reacting with your body. The sodium carbonate in the water, which was used by ancient Egyptians in mummification, would begin to dehydrate your skin, causing it to dry out and crack. The process would be excruciatingly painful, similar to the feeling of severe chemical burns. Any open cuts or abrasions on your skin would sting intensely, as the caustic water seeps into the wounds, further exacerbating the pain. The risks don't stop at skin contact. If any of the lake's water were to splash into your eyes, the consequences could be dire. The highly alkaline water would cause immediate irritation, leading to intense pain, redness, and swelling. Prolonged exposure could result in permanent damage to the cornea, potentially leading to blindness. This is because the water would essentially begin to dissolve the proteins and fats in your eyes, causing irreparable harm. Similarly, if you were to accidentally ingest any of the water, the sodium carbonate could cause severe internal injuries. The alkaline liquid would burn your mouth, throat, and stomach lining, leading to vomiting, internal bleeding, and, in extreme cases, even death. As you wade deeper into the lake, you would encounter another hazard: the lake bed itself. And like typical lakes with muddy or sandy bottoms, Lake Natron's bed is covered with a thick layer of salt crust. These crusts are formed when the water evaporates, leaving behind concentrated salt deposits. The salt can form jagged, sharp edges that could easily cut through your skin if you tried to walk on them. With each step, you risk slicing open your feet, exposing them to the highly caustic water, which would only intensify the pain and accelerate the burning process. The lake's lethal nature doesn't just affect humans, it has a similar effect on the wildlife that comes into contact with it. Birds and other animals that mistakenly land on or fall into Lake Natron often meet a grim fate. The combination of the lake's high salinity and alkalinity can quickly lead to their deaths. Once dead, the animals' bodies become encrusted with salt, a process that effectively mummifies them. Over time, these calcified remains are washed ashore, creating eerie, statue-like figures along the lake's edge. These preserved corpses serve as a stark reminder of the lake's deadly power, and the scene of these salt-encrusted figures lining the shore is both haunting and surreal, a testament to the harshness of this environment. However, not all creatures succumb to the lake's hostile conditions. Lake Natron is home to one of the most unique ecological niches in the world. Despite its extreme environment, the lake serves as a critical breeding ground for the lesser flamingo. Each year, thousands of these birds flock to the lake to lay their eggs on the salt islands that form during the dry season. The flamingos have adapted to the lake's harsh conditions in a way that few other species have. Their tough skin and scales protect them from the caustic effects of the water, and they feed on the algae that thrive in the saline waters. This algae gives the flamingos their distinctive pink color, a stark contrast to the lake's red and white hues. The flamingos' presence at Lake Natron is not just a testament to their resilience but also highlights the delicate balance of life that exists in even the most inhospitable environments.
The flamingo's survival is intricately tied to the lake's unique conditions. The harsh environment provides them with a safe haven from predators and human disturbances, allowing them to breed in relative peace. The lake, in turn, relies on the flamingos to maintain its ecological balance, as they help control the algae population and contribute to the nutrient cycle within the lake. For humans, however, there is no such harmony with Lake Natron. The lake's combination of extreme heat, caustic water, and sharp salt deposits makes it an environment where survival is not just difficult but nearly impossible. If you were to jump into Lake Natron, you would be placing yourself in immediate and grave danger. The initial shock of the scalding water would quickly be followed by the painful effects of the lake's alkalinity on your skin. Within moments, your body would begin to suffer the consequences of exposure to the lake's caustic environment. The burning, stinging, and cutting would only worsen with time, and without immediate medical intervention, the damage could be catastrophic. In addition to the physical dangers, there are also psychological impacts to consider. The sight of calcified animal remains, the harsh, alien landscape, and the knowledge of the lake's deadly reputation could induce a sense of dread and panic. The combination of physical pain and psychological stress would make the experience overwhelming, potentially leading to shock or hysteria. Moreover, the lake's remote location adds another layer of risk. Lake Natron is situated in a sparsely populated area, far from major medical facilities. If you were to suffer an injury from the lake's waters, getting help would be a challenge. The isolation means that even if you survived the initial exposure, the time it would take to reach medical assistance could result in your condition worsening, possibly leading to long-term health issues or even death. Lake Natron is a place where the boundaries between life and death blur, where the environment itself seems to challenge the very notion of survival. It's a place of stark contrasts, beautiful yet deadly, serene yet perilous. While the lake supports a unique ecosystem and offers a rare glimpse into the resilience of life, it also serves as a powerful reminder of nature's unforgiving power. In the end, Lake Natron is not a place for humans. Its beauty can be admired from afar, but to enter its waters is to invite disaster. In conclusion, jumping into Lake Natron would be a foolhardy and life-threatening endeavor. The combination of extreme heat, caustic alkalinity, and sharp salt deposits creates an environment where few creatures can survive, let alone thrive. For humans, the lake's waters would bring immediate and severe harm, from chemical burns and eye damage to internal injuries and possibly death. The lake's eerie, mummified remains of birds and animals stand as a stark warning of its deadly nature.